Hello, Knockouts. Tanya TKO here, and I am a self love specialist from TanyaTKO.com. I hope you learn how to love yourselves and one another. On this channel, we use viral video topics as teachable moments for self love in your own lives and self love in dating and relationship, what self love looks like, or self abuse through relationships. I am a certified clinical hypnotherapist. And I am also a certified life coach with a specialty in relationship coaching. Today, we're going to be talking about Cardi B. This video came highly requested from you all, and right now we are broadcasting live on several platforms, YouTube and Twitter Periscope. And I'm going to show you a video so that you can see how Cardi B behaves when her daughter walks in on the song WAP playing, because you would think liberal Cardi B, with much as she talks the good game and got her cheeks clapping on poles and all this other stuff, I want you to take a look at yourself. So we're going to show you a few different videos today because I want you to get a full picture for what's going on behind the scenes and what's good enough for your children, for your daughters, for you, for society at large, where we put a message out there and we can't really control who has access to the message. There are gatekeepers that gatekeep where message goes, who it goes out to. And when your children are not in your sight, you really don't have control over what they have penetrating into their psyche. So without further ado, come on in, hit those thumbs up button, and let's get this party started. I want you all to just take a ride with me. I'm going to show you 3 different videos, and I want to get your take on those 3 videos. And we're also going to play a video so we can hear from Cardi's own mouth how she said that she would behave if her daughter also wanted to become a stripper. So come on in, throw up those thumbs up, and let's get this started. So here. All right. So here we go. All right. Just give me one moment. Let me get to the right screen to be able to play this. Here we go. All right. I just want you to take a look. Just take a gander. Here we go. We're not going to play too much of the audio. As a matter of fact, let me make sure that I have my headphones in because, oh, you know what? Hold on. Let me stop this real quick because I want to make sure that the sound is able to come through when we do push the video. Because good afternoon, everybody. We are live right now. I see people in the audience asking. Yes. Oh, someone is saying everyone saw this already. No, everyone did not see this because there are people who begged me to do this video today because they had not seen it. So no, people have not seen it. And this is why I'm doing the video. All right, here we go. I can't find my headphones. So if there's a little bit of an echo, just ignore it because it's only a minute long anyway. So here we go. Here we go. Look at the baby coming in. You see this? Look.
See, that's what I'm talking about.
All right. So you know what we're going to do is we're just going to watch that again. I just want you to see. I want you to see how she behaves. I mean, you know, she got the song out there. She's up there on the internet, all this, that, and the other, live on the internet. People, you can't. The message is broadcasting out into many homes. Not every parent is home with their child or at school, or children have phones. And so I'm not saying that it's the responsibility of artists to monitor what your child is looking at or watching. What I am saying is that we have no control over what our children are exposed to when they're out of our sight. When we put a message out there, we have to know that anybody and everybody can get a hold of the message. And so we see how she behaves when her daughter comes into the room, even though she's the consummate stripper, has videos on poles, twirling with butt cheeks jiggling and all of that. When it comes to her daughter, she makes sure that even the very music that she makes, that her daughter is not able to listen to. So here, we'll play that one more time. And then she's like acting like she was doing nothing.
See, that's what I'm talking about. Now I know some of you.
All right. And then this is another video that I want you to see because I thought that this video was important because I thought this was something that needed to be seen, right? And so Lynette is saying exactly, she did what a mother should do. She turned it off. Remember, we're not talking about what a mother should do when music is playing. We're talking about a mother who creates music peddled out there to the masses, right? So let's go forward. I just want you to see the next video. Come on. Come on, here we go. Take a listen. Let me know if the echo is bad, okay? Let me know if the echo is bad.
Yes, sweetie? Why don't they fix the house? Which house? The one that has the holes in them. The holes in it? What do you mean? The song that goes, there's holes in that. There's holes in that.
All right, you see that? So look, I put together 3 videos for you all. I don't know if you heard that, but the baby is like, Mommy, why don't they fix the house? And the mother's like, what house? And she's like, the one with the holes in it. And she's like, the holes in it. And the baby starts singing a song for her. There's some holes in this house. There's some holes. Do you remember that? I'll play it again for you all so that you can see in case you didn't catch it the first time. Here we go.
See, that's what I'm talking about. Now I know some of you.
Mommy?
Yes, sweetie?
Why don't they fix the house?
Which house?
The one that has the holes in them.
The holes in it? What do you mean?
The song that goes, there's holes in that. There's holes in that.
All right. And then so look, I want you all to see this last video because this last video just sums it up perfectly for me. Some of you have seen this video, and I think it's important for you to see again and to really ponder on. Remember, Cardi B has that lyric in her song, I don't cook, I don't clean. Let me tell you how I got this ring. And so the man that she's with, her husband, what's his name from the Migos, Offset, I don't know his legal name. He's mocking her for cleaning, sweeping up. She's in her robe looking a Saturday morning mess or Sunday morning mess, whichever day it is that the people clean on, right? And here we go. Let's take a look. Here we go. Look. Here we go.
You need to stop lying on your songs, man. She be lying. She cool. She got it.
I'm gonna punch you in your head.
Lying to you folks. Come out your own film.
All right. And that's it right there. That's the bulk of it. Oh, you know what? There was one other thing that I wanted you to see. What she responded when asked whether or not how she would feel if her daughter wanted to become a stripper, right? And so she's making these songs, I don't cook, I don't clean, but let me tell you how I got this ring. And she's talking about her wet AP, punani, right? And it's like, people say one thing in public when you're consuming it, right? But behind closed doors, there's a whole other thing. Behind closed doors, her daughter can't listen to her own song. Behind closed doors, she's up there in a robe sweeping. You know, so it's like, also, there are a lot of people who talk about what they would do and wouldn't do. However, as you see, she's with her cheating ass man, the same man who embarrassed her publicly and was cheating on her and carrying on. She took him back. She's still with him. And so there are a lot of people out there like, oh, I wouldn't stand for this. I wouldn't. But then behind closed doors, they make a decision that they feel is right for them. So let's go forward. I want you to see this other video where she talks about how she would feel if her daughter wanted to become a stripper. Here we go. Let me just get this full screen for you.
days stripping and, you know, it got you out of the position that you're at. If you had a daughter, I don't think you would look at her and say, I hope you're a stripper when you get older. You know what I'm saying? You would want something different from her, you know, with her than you had to go through yourself. And I think that's what happens. You see what I'm saying? Like, I don't have a problem with strippers. It's fine. But then once it hits close to home, you start to think a little bit different.
Yeah, I mean, like if I was to have a daughter, right, and she was to tell me that she wanted to be a stripper, I'm gonna tell her listen, I'm going to give you an allowance because my mom wasn't able to give me an allowance. You know what I'm saying? And I'm gonna tell her, listen, I'm gonna give you an allowance, and I'm gonna make sure you have your own place for you to go to college. But if you want to be a dancer, you let me know if you want to be a dancer. I take away everything that I work hard for to give to you. I will take it away, and I'm gonna see how you are going to make it. And I'm gonna let her see the struggle her own self. And then when you see it, you come back to me and you talk to me. You know what I'm saying? You talk to me. There has been times that I have seen some of my friends, like when I used to be a dancer, there have been times that I used to see some of my friends like, yo, I'm getting evicted. Like, I don't even have money.
And so basically how she ends up the story is she's like she would see people who had money problems and couldn't feed their daughter, was getting evicted, and she was like, look, you got a nice body, why don't you strip? Come with me to the strip club, let's get this money. So she promotes it as a way. However, when it comes to her own daughter, and this video, some of you are saying that she looks very different and she looks bland or whatever. This was before she had children. This was many years ago that she made this video. She also has an article that came out where she was saying that if her daughter, like she's going to tell her daughter the real about men, explain. I'll pull the article up. I mean, because by the time I say all of it, we could have already read it. Right. So let's do this. All right, here we go. Okay. So in this article, Cardi B is asked how she's going to talk to her daughter about stripping. And here she says, Cardi B has never been one to dodge an important blah, blah, blah. And then here she goes, I'm going to tell her everything. You have a choice. I could maintain you. I could spoil you if you go to college, or if you want to be independent, go ahead. When you're a teenager and you're 18, 19, you can't get no job that pays more than $200 a week. And if her daughter also wanted to become a stripper, former stripper herself, didn't sugarcoat what she says went down. She says, I became a stripper because I didn't have no choice. You got to be getting your butt smacked by ends that have less money than you, less education, but they this, that, and the other. You want to live that life. That's how I'm going to talk to my kid. All right. So I just want this. Listen, I have no issues. With people who choose to strip or dance, or even people who choose to vend their bodies. If you want to sell your body and you want, listen, I'm a self-love specialist. There are many different ways to love yourself, and you have to know what is depleting to you, what it is that I'm gathering, and I want you to tell me whether or not you pick up on this as well. That in her own personal life, she doesn't glamorize stripping. However, when it comes to the music videos, because I remember, what was the name of that video? There was a video where she had a pole in the middle of the floor. Listen, because I used to work in strip clubs. I waitressed in Atlanta in its heyday when everything was rock and roll and just wild money shot up into the air. I waitressed in Atlanta during those days. I made a lot of money. That money supplemented my businesses. It was something that I'd always wanted to do. When I was young, I was traveling to Miami and having a good time. And that's what I wanted to do. I wanted to be in that life. And it is a rough life. I'm telling you, it is a rough life. People make it seem glamorous. So like back in my day, it was Little Kim. And Little Kim used to talk about, I take us in the bar, yeah, what, right? So they talk about how amazing, and we did a video earlier today where I got loud and started cussing at some of you because I'm like, who is it that you choose to be as a woman? What is it that you're giving up in exchange for that which you are hoping to get or gain? Are you prostituting your time? Are you prostituting yourself? Are you degrading who it is that you know yourself to be as goddess incarnate, God in the flesh herself? And so it's like, on the one hand, you know, these people will twirl on the pole, like I forget the name of the song that she had, where she had the stripper pole. And when I saw the video, I was like, I get it. I get it. I was like, this is a glamorization of the stripper life. And from a person who worked, listen, how many of you have ever worked in the strip club? Right? How many of you have ever worked in a strip club? If you have, put up the number 1. I want to see how many of you have lived in that life. If it is an easy life, put up the number 2. If that life is hard as hell and you have to be resilient emotionally, psychologically, spiritually, put up the number 3. So here we go. So look, these are the people have worked in the strip club, right? So I want to see the 2s or the 3s. Is this an easy life? Is this a glamorous life, right? So we have, so the numbers are coming in. So we have, so listen. And then the 3s are coming in. I don't see one person saying that it is an easy life. Where are the 2s? I was just a waitress. And there's a lot of things that go on in the strip club that can be dehumanizing. You are vending sex and sexuality, the core essence of your sensual feminine energy and spirit. You're vending that to other people who are commodifying you and your sex and sexuality. Somebody commented on my last video about the connection between porn and violence against women because they don't see you as a human being, much like how they don't see Black people as human, and we are enacted tremendous atrocities upon us. And I forgot about that connection. And I remember they first started making the connection during the Ted Bundy days. And Ted Bundy was an avid consumer of pornography. And the police officer who was on the case was like, well, I watch pornography. I've never killed anyone. Nobody's saying that everybody who watches pornography, but there are correlations between it. And so on the one hand, we have people who are glamorizing this life, like this life is fancy and like there's money and glitz and glamour. It's a rough life. It's a difficult existence where you are. I want some of you in the comments, and for those of you who are watching this video after it's live, I want you to click on the button that says live comments. And I want you to look and see, because I'm going to ask you all a question. What is it that makes the life in a strip club so hard? What is it that makes it so difficult? Right? For me, some of the things that made it very difficult was realizing that that's a microcosm of society, and what exists outside of that door is different, with different rules. In the strip club industry where I worked at a high-end club, and I worked at a booty shaking club because I enjoyed the art, the artistry, the sportsmanship, the tremendous amount of strength that it takes to be able to make pole dancing, holding onto a pole look easy and be sensual. But I feel like the industry itself is bastardized, and there is a feeding frenzy that goes on where everybody's trying to get you before you get them. And at the high-end club that I worked at, you had to tip out, you had to put all of your tips together, and then you had to tip all of these people. The club took a cut, the doorman took a cut, the people in the parking lot took a cut, everybody took a cut. If you didn't do things exactly perfectly, they would fine you, and then you'd have to pay out all of this money. And it was a predatory type of feel to me. Right. Also, the way that the men behaved inside of the club, I knew that if I stayed in that industry, that I would lose all respect for men because of the way that they behaved in there. And I got out while I still had love for men, love for myself, and love for other people. But there are people in there looking to do one another dirty, women included. Women looking to do men dirty, women looking to do women dirty, men looking to do women dirty, men looking to do men dirty. It's just an industry that just, for some reason, attracts predators. in hunt for different types of prey. There are a lot of people who allow their boundaries to be crossed and crossed and crossed time and time again, further and further and further until they have very little of themselves left. So I've seen a lot working in the industry. So this is my whole video. I want to see what it is that you all think of the video. Please don't get me wrong. I have no issue with women who choose to strip, who choose to sell their bodies, any of that. But what I want is for you to keep in mind that what you see on TV, what you see in the music videos is entertainment. Because when it comes to them in their personal life, they're not letting their children listen to it. They're not promoting that to their kids. Their kids can't even hear their own songs. And when it comes to the life that they glamorize, clapping cheeks and twirling on poles, they are going to make sure that their child has a different path. Excuse me. So on the one hand, they're making it seem fancy and fantabulous. And on the other hand, it's another story as they try to shield their child from the hard life that they had to live. As you hear Cardi B, and look at her face when she's talking in that video. Look at her face. She looks pained. This was before she had a child. This video was done years ago. She looks pained in even talking about that life. That was a life that she had to do because she had no choice, because she was not supported. So on the one hand, while she's twirling on poles, clapping butts, talking about swallowing sports cars and this, that, and the other, right? On the other hand is the truth that it was a hard knock life. It was a grueling life. It was a dehumanizing life, a degrading life. But then when you see her, she got all the money. She's worth millions now. And it's promoted and purported. Like I saw Cardi B in a video. I saw it with my own eyes. Because, people send me videos. I have access to a lot of different people in different areas. And people send me things. I saw her with my own eyes slide up and down on top of a Corona bottle. Inside of her body. I saw her go up and down on it, put it all around, then drink from it. I saw that my daggone self. I saw it. So I've seen her perform her acts and do her this and her that in the life that she had to live. But then when it comes to her child, she wants her child to have a better life. She's not promoting that life to her child. So you need to do what's right for you. You need to listen to what's in your heart. Don't take life advice from people who are not qualified to give such advice. Don't take life advice from songs. Don't take life advice from people who are telling you something that does not feel right to your spirit. And all you see is this on the camera. All you see is this on the camera, but you don't know what the hell is going on behind the scenes. You don't know. Listen, with the statistics, the way that they are right now, some of the vloggers that you watch are getting boxed upside their head at home. Did I tell a damn lie? Am I joking? It's a lie me tell. Some of the vloggers that you watch are getting boxed upside their head. So many people are like, oh, are you married? Marriage is just a milestone. It's a piece of paper, a contract for the government. It does not denote or dictate how healthy of a marriage that is. It doesn't. Some of the people that you're watching on TV, some of the people that you see in the movies are getting boxed upside their head, men and women included. Some of them are getting, some of them, listen, at home, their partner doesn't even touch them. Their partner is out with someone else. They don't know when their partner lost the love that they had for them or the attraction that they had to them. Their partner comes in and doesn't speak to them. Their partner is sleeping in another room. Some of the people that you see, not even stars, some of the people that you see on Facebook and Instagram who got their one snapshot in time captured, one moment where the light is shining just right. And that glow is coming just at the right angle. And when that camera goes off, their partner goes into another bedroom to sleep. If you know what I'm talking about, I want you to put, what's the next number in the thing? The last number was, put up the number 4. If you know what I'm talking about, that you see people and you know them in real life and you see what it is that they're putting up on the internet. But when that camera turns off and the lights go out and the filters aren't there, their partner can't even stand them. They can't even stand their partner. They're dealing with all types of health crisis and damn issues on the inside, all types of ulcers and stones and tumors and all types of things going on inside of them from the stress of dealing with that relationship where the love was lost and respect probably never resided. I don't know if you all can hear me. I don't know if you can hear me. If you can hear what I'm saying, come on, put up the number 5. I want to see if you can hear what the hell I'm saying. All right, I see there's a lot of 4s coming through. Look. You know what I'm talking about. You know exactly what I'm talking about because they're living their lives one way. They talking to you, oh, if my man didn't have money, this, that, and the other, you'd need to do this. Meanwhile, you look behind the scenes, their man is not even making 6 figures. I said it. Listen, all that glitters is not gold. Listen, you need to understand. Listen, okay, there's a lot of 4s coming through. One of the things that you need to understand is this, right? One of the things that you need to understand is this. Hear me. Here, let me let this sink over you real quick, right? If you're not paying for the product, you are the product. What did I just say? If you're not paying for the product, you are what? You are what? If you are not paying for the product, you are the what? You are the product. There's a lot of money to be made out here, and there are a lot of people who are promoting some fantasy lifestyle that doesn't even exist in their own damn life because they want you to buy their games, they want you to buy their books, they're getting money from the videos. Listen, am I telling a lie? Is what I'm saying true or false? So it's like, they have this thing called don't get too close to the guru. Don't get too close to the guru. You know why? Because when you get too close to the guru, you start seeing the holes. You start seeing the holes in their stories. 2 and 2 not adding up to 4. You start seeing things are crumbling and breaking apart because they have this one thing. Let me tell you something, right? I went to this woman's, she has this big, she was you know what, I'm not going to say too much. She had a job very different than the job that she went on to have, right? She went and she found herself a husband. She went and she had a cute little baby. Along the way, she went and she got impregnated, and along the way was promoting this whole mommy vlogging, mommy lifestyle, all this stuff, right? I paid to go to her seminar. I paid for her classes. She had pictures with professional photographers out on the beach, swinging children in the arms between her and her husband. I went to her conference, listen, in person. She had her husband there because then at that point, she had started making her money from coaching. Then she had her husband there and was promoting him as a coach as well. I spoke to her husband behind the scenes. Listen. 6 months before they met, listen to what it is that I'm saying. 6 months before they met, he was in a heroin house, overdosing on methamphetamine. Meth. Listen to what it is. Did you hear what I just said? 6 months before they met. And then they came up with this story. Oh, God, it just brought the Lord and that knew and I delivered. But she doesn't tell this story about his methamphetamine overdose and his heroin. Heroin, such a hideous drug to use. He was overdosed on heroin and methamphetamine in a crack house, laid out, dying. When someone found him, a family member introduced them, or something happened. I don't know how. This is their story, remember? And this was the version of the story he told me, right? 6 months before they met, he was overdosing. Then she cleaned him up. He gained a lot of weight, in this family life, gained a lot of weight. Impregnate. She got pregnant from a man who 6 months before they met was strung out in a crack house. Do you hear what it is that I'm saying? These are not Black people, by the way. I don't want to say too much because, these were public figures, right? She went and got pregnant and had the second baby. This was 4 years ago. I started to see, because, I do the arbitrals. I listen. I let people talk and I listen and I ask questions. This is how people tell me things, because and some of you are not asking enough questions. This is why I'm making that game. I already told you about the game. This is the prototype for the game right here. This is the cues and clues thing. I told you about the game. This is why I'm making the game, because far too many of us are not asking enough questions, right? I ask questions and I listen and I hear and I listen to the arbitrals, right? They had problems in their marriage. I was listening because I heard her saying some stuff. She was like, oh, I almost had to cancel this conference because this, that, and the other. And she didn't feel beautiful in her marriage. I don't know what was going on and all this other stuff. She was like, I almost had to cancel this 2 days before because something was going on with her husband. He wasn't going to show up. And she needed him to be there because he was a prop, right? She needed him to be there because he was a prop. And he wasn't going to show up. And she was in tears and broken down and all this other stuff, right? White people problems. Because listen, nonetheless, I heard. This was about I'm not going to say how many years ago it was. It was a few years ago. I went to her page to get access to the courses that I had bought these years ago, right? Nowhere to be found. She's gone off the internet. She's gone. Family photos taken down, everything gone off the internet. Pictures of the little cherubs gone. Pictures of the husband gone. Everything gone. That big public career that she had gone. You know why? Because she felt validated in saying, oh, I'm a wife, I'm a mother. That's where she received her validation. So this is why when these people are asking, oh, are you mad? They don't even care the quality of the relationship, just as long as they can see some cute photos with you holding hands with your spouse, twirling and spinning, rocking your baby back and forth, swinging your baby in by the hands. They just want to see the cute pictures. They want to hear the snappy lyrics. They want to hear that type of stuff. But when the lights go off and the camera stops, what does that relationship look like? What does that person look like? How much does that person love themselves? How much are they able to tolerate their own doggone self and the mother effing life? Like, you have people leading you into a damn life that they themselves don't even want to mother effing live. And you're listening there and you're sitting there and you're taking it in and you're like, oh, because of what you see in front of the camera, but you don't know what it be behind the scenes. That's my whole sermon for today. I want to see your comments. I want to see your comments. Yes. Right. Okay. So you all hear what it is that I'm saying. And someone is saying sex creates cosmic ties. There's too many comments for me to go back to find that, right? Damn is saying heroin sperm, no way. Listen. And so Tracy's saying, my mom did that for her last boyfriend too. I broke his ass all the way down. Listen, because you know what? Look. She literally picked him up off the gutter and shined him off. Listen, somebody's saying sex creates these soul ties. If you're not signed up for my Valentine's Day event, please sign up. Come to my website, TanyaTKO.com. If you scroll down, even if you go to TanyaTKO.com/events, if you go to TanyaTKO.com and just scroll down past the banner image, you'll see the invitation to the Valentine's Day event. There are 2 events happening on the same day, daytime event and a nighttime event. So we're going to do the healing in the daytime and we're going to dance and party in the nighttime. So there are 2 different events. You can come to one or the other. There are 2 different tickets for either one, right? And so get your tickets to both. I see that some of you, last time I broadcast, some of you bought tickets to the daytime one. Make sure that you also get tickets to the nighttime one. The nighttime one is only $29. The daytime one is only $49. It's like you get to spend an entire day in female revelry, having a feminine, fantastic fun time where we're doing facials and our makeup, and we're doing arts and crafts, and we have a live DJ coming through. And it's going to be an amazing, amazing day, which I'm looking forward to. As a matter of fact, I got to get your supplies list to you today. We're also going to be making the TKO punch. Some of you said that you want instructions on how I wrap my hair. So we'll see whether or not that gets put in there. But I know we're going to have a smoky eye contest, and we're going to be giving out prizes. So it's going to be a really wonderful, fun time. We're doing hypnotherapy in the day, when one hypnotherapy session is $150 alone. So to come in at $49 and be able to get a full day of healing, and then come in at $29 and have a whole night of fun, you can't beat that, especially when you get to network with other women. And we're doing networking chat roulette, where you get paired up on camera with another woman and you get 6 minutes to just shoot the breeze with her. And maybe you'll meet a new best friend or accountability partner, or just a person to just shoot the breeze with that night. So make sure that you come. I'll put the link in the comment section of the video so that you can find the 2 links, because there are 2 different tickets. If you come to my Instagram, you'll see. If you come to Facebook, there's a one there. And if you come to the tab on YouTube, there's also the flyer there as well. So listen, so Martina saying, when are you coming to the UK? This is going to be virtual, so you can come. It's going to be 9 p.m. till 6 a.m. UK time. It's going to be 3 p.m. till 12 midnight New York time, and it's going to be 12 noon till 8 p.m. or is it 9 p.m., 12 noon to 9 p.m. LA time. So come through. All right. And this is just, yes, Ebony, this is just for ladies. There are no men who are going to be at this event. It's going to be a safe space where there's the only one man, and that's the DJ. The DJ is the only man there. And I figured a little bit of masculine energy. You know what I mean? He's going to be on the 1s and 2s spinning. And the DJ that we have is so handsome. I'm excited for you all to meet him. So that is my full video. Emma is saying no lies spoken. Listen, I want to hear. So listen, if you are interested in that, and you don't see the link anywhere, you can come to my website, tanyatko.com. Just click on contact and I'll send you the link directly so that you can make sure that you're in the house. This is my first event that I'm doing virtually, and I don't do a lot of events. However, I feel that this is a great time for us to find some healing. We're going to do cosmic cord cutting, as well as figuring out what our patterns and habits, our toxic patterns and toxic habits in relationships. We're going to do a hypnotherapy session. First of all, we're going to do a new moon manifestation, cosmic cord cutting. We're going to do a hypnotherapy session to bring in that which we worked on during the day, to bring that energy to you, and for you to feel that energy, touch base with that energy, and draw this energy towards you, your soulmate. So I am happy. I'm thankful for all of you for coming out. Leave your comments below the video. I want to hear what it is that you have to say. So go out there and love one another. Most importantly, what? That's right, love yourself. And part of loving yourself is really listening to that voice, that inside voice, that higher self calling and knowing that you have inside of you. If your higher self is telling you that this Galentine's event is something that you need to come to it. If your higher self is telling you otherwise, then maybe there's some other things that you need to do first before you come through. But if your heart is telling you this is the right thing for you to do, you'll know. Come, sign up, get your ticket, and come through. Let's have an amazing, amazing good time. And when it comes to listening to people, like if it seems too good to be true, most likely it is. No relationship is perfect, but people only show you the shiny parts. They only show you the Instagram living their best lie parts. And look, you know what? I will see you all in the next video. Tanya TKO, and I'm out. Peace. Sign up on my mailing list, tanyatko.com. The links are below on how to support. And I will see you all in the next video. Peace.